Hello, everyone. Welcome in.
Hey, how are y'all doing?
Hi, good.
How's everything
Good.
going?
Good. Well, we're just here, until they open the gate. We're here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just a regular day working from home and hanging out with Wyatt and Jillian.
Yeah.
And speaking of Jillian, this
Hey, hey, sweetie.
Hi.
It's good to see you tonight. We're glad to have you. Glad
Yes,
you decided to come on.
I dropped several hints for weeks to Will, and my hints are about as subtle as a gun. So
I told her that the guest list is so exclusive.
Well, it is. I
No,
mean, Club 33 has nothing on us, right?
Yeah, I mean, we were just looking at all the high-profile people we had coming on the show, and
We did.
just figured we could pencil her in somewhere. So
That's right. That's right. Yeah, we'll work you in. And we had Brinkley and Blake on last week, and they were just such fun, and I knew they would be. So we enjoyed that, and we'll have them back again.
yeah,
We'll definitely have
looking forward to it. It was good to talk with them, kind of share stories and hear some tips and tricks from them too. So it was a lot of fun. But yeah,
Well, it's good to hear from Brinkley too. Because so much of it's from a child's perspective. She has her own viewmaster, into everything in the park. So it's always really interesting to me to talk to her because she's such an articulate kiddo, and she'll just tell you what she thinks. So yeah, she's great.
But yeah, tonight Jillian's a huge Disney fan. I wanted to come on the stream and share her experiences and love for Disney. And also, too, just a little plug here from Jillian for her Cincy business. How'd you get hooked up with Cincy, Jillian?
So I guess Will and I started dating when we were in college. We met freshman year, but didn't actually start dating until sophomore year. We went to a Christian college, and so really, what else was there to do but watch movies in the dorm room? So I think that's kind of how Will and I got to talking about Disney a lot. Like, I'd been to the park a couple times before I met your family, but we watched a lot of Disney movies, and I'll talk a little bit more about my favorites and what I've been hooked on since I was a kid. But about a year and a half ago, Wyatt is about a year and a half. We had Wyatt, and when I went on maternity leave.
For those of you who don't know, that is my precious, gorgeous grandson.
The only grandson you have.
That's the only prince. Only prince so far. We have princesses, but our only prince.
I actually had to go on maternity leave a little earlier than expected due to some issues and complications. So when I decided to, step back from work, I told Will, I said, Cincy is now partnering with Disney. So I joined right when Cincy partnered with Disney.
Right.
And when I bought my startup kit, a couple of the Disney products were in the startup kit. So I got the Cincy bars, the wax bars. For those of you who don't know, that's the wax that you put in the Cincy warmer itself. I got 4 of those, and one was Mulan, one was Belle, one was Cinderella, and one was Ariel. And they came in this cute little pink velvet bag. And so I actually have the Cinderella one burning in my house right now. It smells super good. All of them are very floral scents. They're perfect for spring and summer. So that's kind of how I got started with Cincy, is that I loved their products to begin with, but I was like, now I'm selling something that I actually have a bond with.
Right.
Ever since then, they've done Mickey and Minnie. They've done Winnie the Pooh. And then I will show you these because these are my son's favorite. I have Buzz here.
These are great. I love these.
You can tell how big they are. They're very big. They're very, very durable. And then Buzz's scent pack is right here in the back. Everybody comes with a scent pack. His just happens to be his scent, which I think it smells really good. It smells kind of like grapes to me. So you put it in the back of his pack. And that's so the child can have that scent as they're sleeping or playing with him. And then Woody is super cool too. He's very
I love Woody.
I mean, even down to his gun holster, his pull string.
Oh, so neat.
And then his scent pack goes in here. And his smells very woodsy and manly. So I actually have it burning in my son's room. It smells really good. I wasn't so sure about it when we first got him in, but burning it in the house, it smells very good for a boy's bathroom. I would.
Right. Nice.
So that's kind of how I got hooked on that. My website is actually jbone18.cincy.us, and we can post a link to that later as well. I still have some 70th anniversary Cinderella carriages left.
Oh wow! I figured those would have sold out already. Wow! Yeah.
With everything going on right now, though,
I bought one.
People aren't buying them. Mine's actually in the mail, so it should.
Mine is too.
Yes, his is too. We bought 3 of them because you can put one in every room. But yeah,
it's Cinderella's carriage in every room.
They're super cute, so I'm excited to get ours in.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to that. We'll drop a link in the chat, and if not, it's attached to this video. So
yes, I will also post that in the description for anybody who's interested in Scentsy. They have some just really cute warmers, and they're always coming out with new ones. So
they have anything from Mickey to Minnie to even Spider-Man. So it kind of is for everybody. You can get your kids involved, and I kind of like it because it's a very classy and unique way to add Disney into your house, and so I like that too.
Yes, I agree. And I have a Disney kitchen, and so I actually have the Mickey Mouse on my kitchen counter, and then I really wish that I had bought that Darth Vader one.
I know.
Adam's bathroom. That was one that, I knew I should have snagged it, and I didn't. It's one of those things that you think, okay, I'm going to really be upset with myself later for not getting it. But I did get the carriage.
In Disney is that you don't know how many products they have. So if you want it, don't even think about it. Just do it, because it could be gone like that. You just never know. Exactly.
Yeah. So that I'm glad that's worked out so well for you. And I know that there are Scentsy is has been a really great, solid company, and so check out that link and get scents, warmers. They have everything. They have all kinds of really pretty warmers, not just Disney, and so check that out.
I even ordered counter cleaner and bathroom cleaner from them the other day because, you can't find any of that in the stores, but they're fully stocked on my Scentsy.
Okay.
I ordered a lot of that, and I ordered a lot of hand soap too because we've had trouble finding all of that in store.
Okay, well, that's a great tip because I went to the grocery store. Oh, well, it's been a little while. I don't know if our local grocery stores are restocked on the hand sanitizer and cleaning solutions, but at one point, all of our grocery stores here were completely sold out. So that's a good tip.
Looks like we got a comment in the feed from my buddy Josh. Number one, it's good to see you and good to hear from you during these times. I always enjoy our conversations on Jabber at Work, but since he does Star Wars stuff, it actually all sold out, didn't it?
I did. They had a Darth Vader warmer, and then they had a Millennium Falcon warmer, and they both sold out within a day or two. Mm-hmm. But I believe that their scent may still be on the page. You've got to go up to the top left hand and scroll down to find collections, and it'll be in the Disney collection.
Okay. Hey, Josh.
Yeah, they have other stuff like Major League Baseball, little, like batting helmets, and there's other options too. There's all sorts of stuff out there. So whoever's interested.
They have football helmets. The football helmets are super cute.
Yeah. But anyway, once again, hello to everybody. We're 10 minutes into the stream for those that are watching and for those that'll be watching after this post. So welcome in and glad you're here. Appreciate the support. and looking forward to chatting it up tonight. So I guess anything else you wanted to share here at the outset, Mom?
Just quickly, I'm going to drop that into the chat. Jillian, you want to repeat your Cincy link, and I'll go ahead and drop it in the chat.
It's jbone18.cincy.us.
Okay, there we go. So
Thank
you.
you.
We'll drop that in the chat. So okay, hey John. John is eating popcorn and waiting to see who knows the most about Disney and Star Wars.
Everything's going
in, John.
The Hotel California, John.
And let's see, Joshua, did we answer Josh's question, XFL?
Oh, no, XFL. No.
Not yet? What's the deal? Come on.
Yeah, I haven't much of the XFL. Watched a little bit, kept track of how the Renegades were doing. But I'm hoping they'll be able to get cranked back up once all this is passed. So,
I'm interested in the XFL too. I need to really kind of get tuned in with them.
I mean, we take any sports at this point.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, isn't that the truth? Yeah.
I know there are wives all around the world ready for their husbands to turn their attention back to sports
and go to work.
Yes,
back to work. Go.
Yeah. Well, I guess we better go ahead and get rolling here. Jillian, tell us about yourself, how you came to love Disney so much. How many times have you been to Walt Disney World?
Yeah, so the first time I ever went, I went with my parents, and my brother had actually just been born. He was about 6 months. So my mom carried him on her chest the entire way. But we went to Disney World for the first time in '95, and I was 5 years old. So it was for my birthday. It was incredible. We basically stayed in the Magic Kingdom park as some of the other parks weren't open at that time. But then I have been once in high school. We went to support one of our Haitian missionaries that lives out there. And his cousin worked at Disney World at the time. So we got in free for a day. So we didn't have a lot of time to do a lot, but that's okay. We, again, stayed in Magic Kingdom.
Right.
And then I've been twice with the Bone family. Both were to celebrate major accomplishments in life. We went for Will's birthday / graduation. And then the last time we went was for his younger brother Adam's graduation, and Adam took a friend along. I was also pregnant, and I would say I did real good. I went from start to finish, and we got our
You did great.
We got our pregnancy announcements made at Disney. So I thought that was something that was unique to us.
It was very special.
And then Will and I have been once to Disney World by ourselves, and that was at the Not So Scary Halloween party. And then we have been once to Disneyland 2 years ago for my birthday at Christmas time. So that was super cool to see the contrast of both of those parks. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later, about the contrast of those parks, the things that we really loved about each one.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention, you saw some neat characters that trip.
I did.
That you really can't see anymore.
So that first trip was still kind of like Disneyland, where the characters just walk around and you can go up to them. When that first trip I went when I was 5, I met like the Sheriff of Nottingham, Roger Rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
That they were just all out and about. You could just walk up to them, meet them, sign your book. We got a picture with them. There's probably a lot more in there that I met that you can't meet anymore at all. Prince John, yeah. Do
you have any pictures from that trip, Jillian?
I do. They're at my mom and dad's house. I'm sure in a box in the garage.
That would be. Well, we need to dig those out because those would be absolutely super for Instagram and So absolutely. You said Prince John and Roger Rabbit. Those are
the Prince John picture, and he looks terrifying.
They did. You know, those older characters were kind of.
His teeth were like super jagged looking, and I was like, "I'm not afraid of him."
Yeah.
Well, kids were tougher back then. I don't know.
even the people that they got to cast for these characters were incredible. The lady who played Pocahontas, she looked like she walked out of that movie. She had her long hair cut in the triangular shape that Pocahontas has hers cut. And I remember it being real. She was a tall woman. So even their cast members back then were just incredible looking.
Yeah. That Disney magic. Attention to detail. Absolutely.
So continuing on, why do you love the parks, Jillian?
So I love the parks, and this goes for both parks because we have been to both. I love the parks because I like to get everything in one setting. So you have thrill rides, you have children rides, you have shows, you have food, and not to mention most of the shows are free unless you fast pass something or you have a ticket for an extra event. But I love to get everything in one, and you also get shopping too. So I feel like you can spend 2 weeks at Disney and not get tired of it because there's such a diverse feel at the park. And I've also grown to love it more as an adult, I feel like, than as a kid. So there really is something for everyone there. It's not like if you go somewhere else, you go shopping here, then you go get food here. Disney has it all.
Well, they do. And I think you're right. I was thinking about that just quickly. I was thinking about that as I was getting ready for the stream, actually, and thinking about, that dark, shadowy place that we don't talk about very much called Universal Studios. And I thought, Universal really doesn't have as much merch. They have kind of gotten on the bandwagon with, pin trading and things like that. But as much as I love Universal, and I do love Universal because I love Harry Potter and all of that, and Universal is dead serious about thrill rides. I was thinking, okay, have they gotten on the Spirit Jersey bandwagon and some of those things that are so popular at Disney? I don't really know. It'd be worth a look. We're overdue for a trip to Universal.
Yeah.
So
it'd be a real shame to have to go scout that out in person.
It would. But we're obligated. We have to, we'd have to stream it. We have to check it out for the channel. The Bones can hitchhike anywhere.
Exactly. Looking back at the comments here, John, let's see. No Disney and Star Wars trivia tonight, although that would be fun for future streams to drum up some questions. And then also, too, let's see, John directed his comment at Jillian, asking where my ears are.
I mean, he has a super cool hat we got at Disneyland, and I'm not going to tell y'all what it is because one day he's going to bring it out, and y'all are going to just die of laughter because it's hilarious.
It'll be worth the price of admission, for sure. Once I decide to unveil this hat. That's coming soon.
But he also said, I'm willing to bet if you look at those pictures, you might see Don and young Will in the background. But that's actually a funny story because when we went in high school, we figured out we were probably there around the same-ish time.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I think I remember y'all saying that.
It probably wasn't the exact week or anything, but it was very close to being the same time. Close. So I always told Will, destiny was fulfilled and we were meant to be together no matter what.
Yeah, it was that right there close to whenever we both went to Harding.
Right.
We went, around that time, and so
yeah.
Well, and y'all had, y'all had a lot of Disney elements, just a lot of really nice Disney elements in your wedding. It was really neat. William had, the Mickey tuxedo, groom's cake, and then, songs.
And the lanterns.
The lanterns.
We used Michael Bublé's version of You've Got a Friend in Me.
You did?
And then we used the Tangle song, At Last I See the Light.
Which I love. I love. That was
subtle hints of Disney. I didn't want to go so overboard, but we did the purple, which was the same color purple as Rapunzel's dress.
Mm-hmm.
So it flowed really well.
Yeah, it did. It did. Yeah, there were, and a lot of people really loved it. Like, we got such neat comments on your groom's cake, William, and it was, chocolate and peanut butter, and I didn't even get a piece. So it not only looked good, but it tasted good.
It was really good.
It was good.
So, Jillian, favorite characters? What are your favorite characters?
Of course I have a favorite character. So my favorite character of all time on the Disney side would be Pocahontas. I literally ask Will, even to this day, when I watch that movie and Pocahontas is standing on that cliff waving Wingapo to John Smith, tears run down my face. I love that movie because it came out around the same time as Toy Story and Lion King. But when you look at the animation in Pocahontas, I think it flows very well with the Native American culture. They have the way that they have animated their skies and their rivers and just the landscape. I think it's different from all the other movies that came out around that time. Not to mention, Alan Menken is a genius for writing Colors of the Wind. I think that even to this day, that's probably one of the most beautiful ballads in any song or in any movie. And if it would have made sense to put it in my wedding, I probably would have, but I don't think it made a lot of sense. But Pocahontas is definitely my favorite Disney character. And then, we have the Pixar side, Buzz, all-time favorite Pixar character. But that's because Tim Allen is my man crush.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm there.
He does. He and Tom Hanks as Woody and Buzz is just genius casting. That's
it's
classic.
So to see my son pick things he likes. Like, we've shown him through this quarantine. I've been a bad mom and I've shown him all the Disney movies. He could really care less about most of them, but when he sees Buzz and Woody, he'll go, Buzz Wooda, Buzz Wooda. So it's kind of funny to see how they pick their characters that they love. So
at that age, at his age, William's favorite, hands down, was Aladdin. And he would sit in a little rocking chair that my mom bought for me when I was little in front of our TV at age 2 and watch Aladdin full-length movie at age 2 years old over and over. He absolutely loved it. And so it's kind of, maintained a special place in our hearts because of that. And of course, in that one, you have Robin Williams as the genie and, classic performance, one of the best performances of all time, animated or no.
Yeah,
I would say.
So much fun. I still love that movie to this day.
Oh yeah, and we do too. And I can still quote the entire script. So
I'm just thanking Pixar for making 4 Toy Story movies, so I'm not watching the same one over and over and over and over.
Right.
Because we mixed it up. We start at 1 and go to 4, and then we start back over and go to 4.
Right. Yeah.
If you want to make 5, 6, and 7 too during quarantine and just put it on Disney Plus, that would be great.
Exactly.
Because I'm running out of. I mean, it's a lot to watch.
Well, I can totally empathize because, like I said, we watched Aladdin. I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
If we had $1 for every time we watched that movie, and William, growing up as a child, you loved Disney. You loved other Disney movies too, but you were just absolutely mesmerized by that movie, and you would watch it over and over. So,
It's fun. I still love it.
Yeah. Jillian, are there any, you've been to the park several times, you've been to Disneyland and Disney World, which we're going to talk about here in a second, a little more in detail. Are there any magical moments for you that just always stand out in your memory, that you're just things that you remember and you're always going to remember them and just kind of bring that lump in your throat.
Yeah. So, good job, Disney, with the fireworks. I do love the fireworks. I love
Yes.
the castle show. But I'm going to tell you right now, Fantasmic is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
I have seen it, and it's in my favorite park. Hollywood Studios has always been my favorite park. I love the more thrill rides, and that's kind of why I like that park the best. I love the scenery of it. It shows what Walt Disney had to offer in his styling. And so I love everything about it. I love Star Wars too, and I was so happy when Disney bought that because I knew they'd do great things.
Oh, absolutely.
And I love Toy Story. So and we have yet to beat to the new Toy Story and the new Star Wars, but we are planning a trip later. But Fantasmic, all-time favorite.
Okay, yeah. John, Disneyland. We understand. We
I'll
understand.
get to that in a minute, John.
You
hear it. It's coming. But Fantasmic.
Great debate.
Leave it up to Disney to project things on water, and it bring tears to your eyes because it does.
Leave it up to Disney for somebody to think to use a sheet of water as a projection screen.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it's a big plus that they put Pocahontas in it because, sometimes Pocahontas is left out of the princess world. So the first time I ever saw it, I was like, what?
Oh, Pocahontas. Yeah, she has a starring role in that. She big shout outs to Pocahontas in that.
But
Fabulous.
when it comes to Disneyland, John, I would say World of Color. Again, we did World of Color at Christmas time. So I would love to go back and see it, just the regular show.
Yeah.
But they incorporate more than just the water. You've got the background, which is now
They do. Oh, yes. World of Color is amazing. It is.
They actually shut down those two rides to incorporate that into the World of Color show. And again, it was amazing. We cried, we laughed, we just had all the emotion running through us during that. So
when Jeff and I went to Disneyland this past May and June, we were just really amazed at World of Color. It's not like any other show in either park, Walt Disney World or Disneyland, and it does. It's amazing how they take the Incredicoaster and Mickey's Fun Wheel and incorporate them as backdrops and backgrounds for that show. It's amazing, and it is appropriately named World of Color.
It is. Even at Christmas time, they didn't just use red and green. You saw the full color spectrum.
Oh yes. We had we actually were able to fast pass World of Color. And we got in kind of early, and so we were like right on the fence. I have some amazing pictures from that. Yeah. But Dad had on Jeff had on he had on like a waterproof jacket because it was still cool then. And I took my raincoat out of my my 99-cent raincoat from the dollar store that we always take in case of a pop-up storm. Took it out and put it on because the water streams and the waterfalls from World of Color, you will get wet if you get but who cares, So I put on a rain slicker for that. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. Other things that we've done that were kind of the extra moments. We've done the Halloween party, which we'll get to that later, but it is well worth every penny that you pay, and it is an extra thing that you can do. Staying on parks, you get the extra magic hours as well. So that's always something to consider when you're planning a trip, is staying on park property. And then we've done the Food and Wine Festival at both Disneyland and Disney World. And we don't get like the big card where you can put tons of money on it and like punch it out. We just kind of go around and see what's good and buy what we want to eat because we always have a dining plan anyway. Mm-hmm. So we just kind of snack around at Epcot whenever we've been there for the Food and Wine Festival.
Mm-hmm. That's how we've done it too. When I've been there by myself. Jeff's never been there with me for Food and Wine, but I love Food and Wine. Now, I've never done it at Disneyland, but I can say that all of the countries just hit it out of the park. Every year it gets better for Food and Wine. You can even get at Le Cellier, you can even get the Le Cellier filet mignon with like a little side of some vegetables at a real reasonable price.
Nice.
And it's just the food is amazing. Italy always hits it out of the park. And the other Mexico is always good. But yeah, they do a fantastic job with Food and Wine. So
just think about some of the extra magical moments and memories. For us, I know it can be really costly to go on a Disney vacation, but I have some pictures from us meeting characters and just us together in the parks that when I look at those pictures and just see the joy that's on our faces and how much fun we're having, there's one picture I always think about that we met Nick Wilde and Judy Hopps from Zootopia. And
at Disneyland.
And there's a picture of Jillian meeting them, and she just has the biggest smile on her face.
Yeah.
And every time I see that, I can't help but smile, and it kind of chokes me up a little bit, and it just makes it all worth it.
Oh,
they were super fun to meet too, and I think it was kind of a freak thing. We had went back there to buy our World of Color tickets because they kind of have those hidden, like kind of out of sight. And we were in line, we bought our tickets, and we turned around, and there they were. And Zootopia is in my top 5 favorite movies. So that was kind of cool. They were their. It's amazing how they're their characters, even though they can't talk. They're like their characters in the movie.
Right.
And it was funny, Nick Wilde kind of joked with Will and Judy. Kind of saw that it was my birthday, and she kind of like freaked out.
Yeah.
They were really cool to me.
Yeah. No, I would love to meet them. I have not met them. I have seen them in the Boo to You parade. They kind of kick off they're like a pre-show for Boo to You. And I have an adorable video that will have to go into one of my blogs at some point of, and I was just filming and Nick and Judy were making their way around in front of where we were standing. And it was the pre-show. And so there's music playing and Judy was dancing. And there's this little girl. She was dressed as a princess, and she might have been 3, maybe 3. She's out in the middle of the parade hasn't started. She's out dancing, and cutest thing. And everybody was just a real crowd pleaser watching this little sweetheart dance. And Judy came around in the parade route. And she just threw up her little hands and ran straight to Judy. It was the sweetest thing ever. And I've got to incorporate that into one of our vlogs, one of our videos, because it was adorable. And everybody's going, the crowd just loved it. Absolutely loved it. So,
yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
But some other magical moments. I'm trying to think. It's always special to go to California Grill. That's kind of our big celebratory dinner.
It is.
Always love doing that.
Never been disappointed at California Grill.
And then also too, whenever we've both only been to Disneyland once, but we use the Max Pass, and that gives you all your pictures for the day, and also lets you fast pass on your phone rather than going to get the paper fast passes.
Right.
And so at that point, it was still $15 a person a day. So not a terrible price point, but I think it's since gone to 20, I believe.
I think it has. And I think it went to 20 since Jeff and I went last year. I think it's gone to 20, but since it does include you can take as many PhotoPass pictures as you want, and it does include all your fast passes. I think it's still worth it. I think it's still, a good value for your money.
It is.
So we did Max Pass. The only day that we did not do Max Pass was the day that we were scheduled. We had reservations. We were there the week that Galaxy's Edge opened. We had reservations to go into Galaxy's Edge and knew that we would be spending a large part of our time in there. So we didn't do
worth it.
Max Pass. But that was an amazing week, and we'll talk about that at some point. It was an amazing trip.
One magical Disney moment, just thinking about John here. One magical Disney moment that we had that was not in the park.
It was not, but it was great.
Was we actually went over to John's house. I'm trying not to. I don't know if he wants to say his name or not. I don't know. Went over to John and his wife's house. Let her remain anonymous, and we actually got to sit with a Disney animator. And I
was a friend of John's.
Yes, I'll continue to allow him to remain nameless, but he gave us a presentation of some of his work over the years, and also some some other some of his other work as well. He covered some of that, but it's just truly fantastic, really special. I could not thank John more for showing us that, and also too. He also drew a little something for us. If I have his permission at some point, we'll show that off on the stream too. But it's just incredible to meet this man and all the things that he's drawn. You know, I heard somebody, or I watched a video the other day of a Disney animator saying, you know, the most special moment that he'd had with a fan was somebody said, "Thank you for drawing my childhood."
Oh, how neat.
And talk about, can you get any more high praise than that? Can you get any more praise than that?
Really. Yes, this particular animator originally drew the character Olaf for Frozen.
Yes.
So he's done other work on Disney films that you would recognize, but yes, he did the original, drew the original Olaf.
I'm not gonna lie. When I came back from that trip, I was a pre-K teacher at the time, and I was like, "Ha ha, kids! I met the creator, Olaf." I kind of rubbed it in their faces a little bit. They thought it was really cool though, but I told everyone, I was like, "I met the creator of Olaf. Who have you met today?" I was on 9.
As huge Disney nerds, that was a really big moment for us.
And amazing, it was. That was great.
Thanks to him, who will continue to remain nameless until we get his consent. But just moving on, we've stayed on property before. We've stayed at the All-Star Resort at Walt Disney World back in 2015, and we've stayed also off property different times. Stayed at the Holiday Inn near Disneyland. You know, there's a lot of people considering, you know, staying on property or off property at the two different parks. What are your thoughts on that?
I think when you're planning a trip to Disney World, staying on property is definitely worth it. You reap all the benefits of that. You get the dining plan. You get the shuttle buses that go to the parks, to your resort. Not to mention at your resort as well. There's, your
also the Magical Express to and from the airport.
Yes.
Which is big, because the Magical Express comes and picks you up. They take your luggage and you don't touch it again, and it shows up in your room.
Which is great. Fantastic. We didn't have to worry about that at all. You know, they gave us the tags for our luggage. So when we dropped them off at Love Field in Dallas, we didn't see them until we got into our rooms, which was great. We also used the when you buy something in the park, they'll ship it to your room.
Yes.
And we bought a couple of Pandora pieces, and I was like, I'm not carrying these around in my purse all day. So we had them send them to the room, and they were there when we got back. Yeah. So that was really cool. That's a big perk that you get.
Absolutely.
Our room, or our All-Star Sports Resort, had 2 pools as well. There was one in the back, one in the front. They were closed. Okay. It was October. But the one in the front definitely was very spacious. There was kind of a bar area as well for the adults. And then since it was the All-Star Sports Resort, when you walk in, it's kind of like the outdoor hotels where the doors face to the outside. They're not in an actual room in a hallway.
Right.
Two sections looked into a football field. And
Oh, yeah.
field had like Goofy was on it, and I think Mickey and Minnie were on it dressed in like uniforms. And then they also play.
Yeah, the theming is fantastic at the All-Star.
And they also play movies out there. Some of these things we didn't get to do because it was October. So when you plan your trip, make sure you know what's closed at your resort. If you want the pool, October may not be the best time to get that. Make sure you know what's available there. They also gave us these refillable drink mugs, which were super cool. His was green, mine was purple, so we know whose was who. But the second we got in, we utilized the snack bar. We filled up our drinks and went to our room. So that was kind of cool.
There are so many perks to staying on property. The All-Star resorts are value resorts, and so that's going to be your most economical way to get onto Disney property. And now I know that you guys also stayed at the Holiday Inn when you went to Disneyland, which is not on Disney property, but it's within walking distance of the park. So you save some money there, by staying off property. And tell me a little about that. How did that work out for you?
Yeah, so my mom had been to Disneyland before we had went, so she kind of told us a little bit about it. And again, I didn't believe her. I was like, okay, whatever. But we ended up staying at the Holiday Inn, and it was probably the last hotel.
Hey, Monarch Moments. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm sorry, Jillian.
No, you're fine.
Thanks for welcome in. Thanks so much. We appreciate you coming in.
But the Holiday Inn was really cool because we rented a car actually when we flew into LAX, which flying into LAX was not bad. Actually, we had no problems with it. We rented a car because, like we said earlier, we had other plans than just going into the park. We wanted to go to the beach. We
visited family friends.
We visited some family friends. So renting the car was actually the best thing for us. And I would recommend that too if you want to do other things while you're in Anaheim. So we went right.
And there's so much to do. There's so much to do. Yeah.
And we went right to our hotel, and they valet park your car for you, so you never have to worry about finding your car. They always.
Hey, Clay. Welcome in.
Hey, Clay.
Good to see you.
And then there is a $30 fee. It may be more now because this was 2 years ago, but it's wrapped up in to what you pay for the hotel. But it is a $30 fee to park your car there. But I feel like that was okay because somebody was always outside watching our vehicles in the parking lot. Valet was open 24/7. So that's what made me feel a little bit safe.
And if you had to drive to the parks every day, you would have had to pay parking.
Exactly. And we walked. It took 10 minutes if we were really tired, maybe 15.
Yeah.
So we walked to the park.
Nobody walks in LA, John. Well, not very far, right?
No, not far at all. We learned LA is an hour away from LA.
Yes.
We learned that. If you want to go anywhere in LA, just leave 5 hours in advance and you'll eventually get there.
Well, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
But I would say if you're going to Disneyland, I would say I don't see any great benefits of staying on property, really, because
you do get the extra magic hours. You could use the monorail.
Right.
So I mean, if you're staying there on property, that it would be nice to have, but I don't think it's 100% necessary if we're being honest.
Well, because so many of those, there are a lot of hotels that are within walking distance right there. The Candy Cane, there are, and for the most part, my Disneyland planning Facebook group, that people talk about the different hotels there, and they're all clean. They are well kept. They're all within walking distance. A lot of them, like the Holiday Inn that you guys stayed at, have continental breakfast, which is great to be able to grab breakfast before you go into the park. So
everything there is also still Disney.
A lot of money.
Shocked by that. We walked in, there was a big carriage, Cinderella's carriage, right there in the entryway. All the staff was dressed up and kind of Hawaiian like Mickey and Minnie shirts.
Yes.
And they had Mickey and Minnie pictures in the room. So it's not like you're missing out on any Disney fun.
Yeah.
Monarch Moment says, LOL, don't drive in LA unless you like stop and go traffic all hours of the day.
Sure.
That's pretty much it.
Very true.
We did pretty well on the road.
We did.
We were really surprised, honestly.
We did.
Yeah. Well, it took me years, decades even, and John can testify to this, to get Jeff to go to California. And finally, I worked on him and finally wore him down. And so we finally made a trip to California. And of course we had a fantastic time.
Yeah.
But we actually, borrowed John's car. He allowed us to borrow his car. He said, there's no need for you guys to rent a car. We've got plenty of cars. And we drove and didn't have a bit of trouble, just all the way into Disneyland the one day that we went without them. So, yeah.
The other thing about staying at the Holiday Inn was we had that really good continental breakfast that we ate each day.
We pigged out on breakfast.
Perfect. Yeah. And it wasn't just like donuts and coffee. It was more than that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was a full on. There was ham, eggs, sausage, yogurt, fruit, pancakes, biscuits, gravy, cereal.
Yeah.
So that adds a lot of value to staying.
It actually held us over until like we had a late lunch, early dinner even some days. Yeah. So you really save money. Instead of buying 3 meals at the parks, we had a free one, and then we bought a meal and some snacks at the park instead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think it would be really neat. Here's what a lot of people do, and this is interesting. And again, I learned this, via, watching videos and people talking about this in Facebook groups and things. People who, like, if they're going to stay several days in Disneyland, what they'll do is if they want to spend like one night at the Disneyland hotel, they will spend like 2 nights there, and then they book the rest of the trip at one of the hotel. So that gives them a little bit. They get to stay for a little while at a Disneyland hotel, but then they offset that cost and stay the rest. They split their trip. And I don't even know that I would have thought of that. It's a good way to do it. It's a good way to do it.
That is a good way.
Yeah. Monarch Moment says, we love that Disneyland is walking distance.
Yeah.
So nice to be able to not have to drive or take any public transportation. And do you guys stay? Do y'all stay like at one of the hotels, I guess, that's outside Disney? Which one do y'all stay at when you go? If
Monarch Moments.
Monarch Moments. Let us know.
Yeah,
and what do you like about what do you like about where you guys stay?
That one rings a bell.
Candy Cane Inn is a cool place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, okay. So you guys split your trip too then. We do that some. Disneyland Resort and a neighborhood hotel. That's a great way to do it. And I'm actually thinking about maybe doing that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think we chose Holiday Inn because I already was signed up for the rewards and points. So I think that was just the best way we decided to do it at the time.
Right. Yeah. There are a lot of ways to do it, and people, I think most people realize now that just a little bit of pre-planning and, getting some information, whether it be, via YouTube videos or Facebook groups or whatever, you can really get some valuable information that helps you plan your trip, that really saves you some time, money, makes your trip more enjoyable. So definitely. And Monarch Moment says, we've stayed at all 3 resorts at some time. So that's cool. We have not stayed at a Disneyland resort. We would love to do that at some time.
And that would be a lot of fun. Monarch Moment says Grand California is way too pricey now, and also
it is pricey. Now, have you guys stayed at Grand California? Monarch Moments. She says Howard Johnson is pretty cool too. So y'all have stayed
to Disneyland too.
Yeah, so y'all have stayed a good bit. Yeah, those Most places have pretty good breakfast, and that helps you get going in the morning.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really invaluable, and that way you don't have to buy breakfast in the park. So that gives you some more money to spend on something else.
We did do breakfast one time in the park there, but it was because it was recommended by a cast member. And it was fantastic. It was in the Cars part, and it was at Flo's.
Yes.
It was very good.
We did not eat at Flo's while we were there. We should have, and we wanted to. It's Disneyland. My ears, guys, are some older ears that I bought several years ago, and so they don't stay on as well as some of the other ones. But I wanted to rock the dots tonight. So, but yeah, we Disneyland is just known for their food. Now Disney World has kicked up their game tremendously over the years on food, but there are so many great places to eat in Disneyland. You just can't do it all. You just
Yeah, there are.
Yeah. So Flo's, we did not get to eat at Flo's, but they have all the little cones are behind Flo's are places to get different types of food.
Yeah.
And they're all fantastic. Yeah.
Well, and we did Flo's twice. We did it for breakfast, and then we did a little snack there because I was not leaving Disneyland without a gas can drink. So we got a gas can beverage, and I was not leaving without it. We got a blue one and a green one, a red one, a blue and a red one. So we have two of them.
So yeah, those are really cute too.
The movie. So.
And the thing about seeing those really, really cute, if you really love the little novelty drink boxes or popcorn buckets or whatever, you better go ahead and get it because those change.
Yes.
They cycle those in and out. So if there's one that you really love, I would truly love to have the Millennium Falcon. Maybe we can find, some of our friends going in while they still have that popcorn bucket, because I would love to have that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we again, at some point I would love to be able to stay on property at Disneyland. That's on the list. So maybe we can do that at some point, but love Disneyland. John, if you're still in the chat, Disneyland obviously is, it's, I think you talked about, walking into, Wrigley, was it Wrigley? And the history there, I liken it to walking into Yankee Stadium, the old Yankee Stadium for the first time. When you walk into Disneyland, the history is just thick. It's just palatable. It's fantastic. Disneyland is completely different than Disney World. And for those of you who have not been to Disneyland, it is a must do. It really is. So I love both parks. I can't choose.
I can't choose either because they're so different, but they're similar. It's really hard to choose which one. I would like to go back to Disneyland, not at Christmas time, just to see how it is throughout the whole year. Because when we went, it was Christmas, but I can't choose. Sometimes I joked the other day, we should just start at Disney World and then hop to Disneyland.
Monarch Moment says Tangaroa Terrace. You guys have to try. Tangaroa Terrace, our Trader Sam's right next door at the Disneyland Hotel.
Very cool.
And we were trying so hard. That was on our bucket list when we went to Disneyland to get over to Trader Sam's, and we didn't. We went for 3 days, but one of the days was our Star Wars Galaxy's Edge reservation. And so we really, wanted to maximize our time in that park because it had just opened a few days earlier. So, but next trip, that's why you got to go back, because you don't get everything done. So
One of our moments also said that they love Flo's and Storytellers Cafe in Blue Bayou. You and Dad did, and the Fujitas did Blue Bayou.
We did. Absolutely did Blue Bayou, and that was we did. We did lunch one day at Cafe Orleans, which was absolutely magical. Port Orleans is my favorite area of Disneyland. So that lunch was wonderful. But eating at the Blue Bayou, which is inside the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, and as you dine, the Pirates of the Caribbean boats are going past. It was wonderful the night that we were there. It really is a magical experience. The experience of Blue Bayou is wonderful. So if you're looking for, like a little more upscale dining, it can't be beaten.
Yeah, it was all booked up the days that we were there. So looking forward to doing that next time.
And you're so right, Monarch Moments. It is surprising that Disneyland, that just has Disneyland and California Adventure, that it takes several days. A lot of people in different have asked me, well, we want to go. Is 2 days enough to do Disneyland? I think no.
Yeah.
If you are a diehard Disney fan, absolutely no. If you're not, you're just going and you want to do, 1 day at Disneyland and 1 day at California Adventure, it might be fine. But if you're a diehard Disney fan and you really, really want to be here, 3 days is minimum.
Yeah.
So we did 3 days when we went, and even though you're shocked by how small the park is in comparison to Disney World, we spent 1 day at each park, and then the third day we took a break, and then we had our third day. And we kind of just jumped back and forth and did things that we missed the first time or did things again.
Right.
But I liked Disneyland because we didn't feel rushed.
Yeah.
We didn't feel as tired.
Yeah.
We felt more
closer. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, we felt more chill doing things there, which was good. So 3 days was plenty for us. And then we had that day of a break in between. So it was a good setup how we did it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We completely enjoyed it. Absolutely have plans to go back to Disneyland. I know that you guys have plans to go back too. And it's completely different than Disney World. It is a lot smaller than Disney World, but it is so worth your time.
Yeah.
It's really amazing. And I wanted to ask you too. We're coming up on an hour here, but let's go ahead and talk just a little bit before we close it out about the Christmas party, or being in Disney at Christmas time, and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party being there in the fall for Halloween. What did you guys think about the Boo to You parade and Mickey's, the fireworks, the spectacular, the spectacular stage show? There's so many things that they do at Halloween that are so special. So what did y'all think about it? So scary.
We chose to go at Halloween. A couple weeks before, in the middle of October, we thought the crowds would be a little lower. That's kind of why we picked it. It wasn't as hot either, so that is a big plus.
It is.
So first and foremost, I was amazed by the decor that they have there. It's basically equal to their Christmas decor. And so we didn't just take pictures of like the shows. We were taking pictures of the decor and the lanterns they have and the big pumpkins that they have. I would say they go just as above and beyond with the decor at Halloween as they do Christmas and other seasons.
Yeah, it's even bigger now since when we went. Now they've got inflatable stuff. And
yes, I went just September since y'all went. And when I would talk about things, you would say, okay, they've added that since we. So Halloween has, Mickey's Not So Scary and Halloween at Disney World has gotten, it just gets bigger every year because it is so popular with people. I totally loved Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. I loved it, hands down. It was fabulous. It was so much fun. I knew I'd have fun, was not expecting to have that much fun.
So we kind of planned our day out to where we were already at Magic Kingdom that day. And we didn't wear our costumes all day because adults are allowed to wear costumes into the party itself. That's the only time adults are allowed to wear costumes.
Yes.
So we left Magic Kingdom around 4 to 4:30 that day when it started getting busier. We just got on the bus. It took us right back to our resort. I would say we probably rested for about an hour because we knew we'd get that extended time in the park that night. We changed into our costumes and bussed right back to the park. I want to say we were back at the park by 6:30 or 7. And at that point, people who have smaller children or have been there since park opening are starting to clear out, especially if they don't have dinner plans in the park, if they have dinner plans somewhere else. So I would highly recommend, though, if you do have plans to attend Not So Scary, take a little break and rest because you're going to be going all night.
Yeah,
I probably got 3 or 4 hours of sleep that night.
Yeah, that Monarch Moment says it's so smart to take that rest, and you are so right.
Talking about magical moments earlier, one magical moment I could remember now that we're talking about this is we dressed up as Anna and Kristoff and went to the party.
Yeah.
Well, we're leaving the party. I think Jillian had something go wrong with her cape, but
my cape, the snap to it broke on the plane because I put my costume at the very bottom of my suitcase, and I guess they threw my luggage into the plane, and the little snap piece broke.
Oh, pulled out, yeah.
Well, we didn't have a little pin to put it back together, but we're on our way to the buses. And we walked past this little girl and her mom, who I think are also getting ready for the party. But she said, "Look, Mama, it's Anna."
Yeah.
As we walked past,
made everything better.
Yeah.
And that was just the sweetest thing. Jillian was worried about her outfit, but
she didn't care.
Yeah, in the eyes of that girl, Jillian in that moment was Anna.
And that's sweet. Yeah. Yeah. It's things like that just keep us going back.
Yeah.
It's moments like that, to see that little girl's eyes light up, made it all better.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were great costumes too. I remember those costumes.
They were legit costumes too.
Yeah.
Who knows, maybe a Halloween stream this year, maybe show up in costume to the stream.
There you go. Oh, absolutely. We definitely need to. And hopefully, we'll be going for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. At some point, at least for one party this year. So hopefully we'll be in the parks and be able to bring you guys some, some footage from that. But
they really changed it a lot since we were there too, because we didn't see as much like food and beverages that were themed for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And now we weren't necessarily looking out for them. Yeah. But I think when you went, there were Maleficent.
Oh, yes.
It's so over the top now.
There wasn't anything over the top when we were there.
Yeah, they even had Monarch Moments. Have you been to the Halloween party? Let's see, did you? The Halloween party. It's absolutely fantastic. My favorite dessert. Okay, I had 2 favorite desserts. They offered like a headless horseman cheesecake thing, but they had 2 desserts that were phenomenal. The first one that I actually bought was the Sanderson sisters. It was the Amuck cupcake, the Sanderson sisters, and it was huge. I mean, this was not a cupcake. This was like a mini cake.
Yeah.
It would easily have fed 4 people. That's how big the cupcake was. And the frosting was like this. And I'm a frosting girl.
Yeah.
It was absolutely delicious and so Instagrammable. And the other one that they had that I loved, obviously we love because we're the Hitchhiking Bones and Haunted Mansion is our favorite, was Constance Hatchaway's wedding cake.
Wow.
It was cool. The time I tried to order that, it was gone. That dessert. So it's like this. It was like a miniature cake. It was a 3-tiered wedding cake, and it had an axe, a candy axe, a chocolate axe in it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was just. And that one, the cast member said that that particular dessert sold out first.
Wow.
Before anything else did. So I did snag the cupcake, so I was glad I got the cupcake.
I've actually started following a Disney food blog on Instagram since going, because I feel like we always do the dining plan, so we don't look out for things, I guess, like food-wise. We're always like, oh, let's go to the restaurant, sit down, because with the dining plan, you get a dessert too.
Yeah.
So we've never like looked out for the food, but we're planning it in September.
We need to step our snack game up.
I feel like we need to step our snack game up. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, Monarch Moments, we are definitely I'm definitely going to try to stream the party and do some heavy vlogging. That is my favorite party. I just absolutely love it. And so yeah, we'll definitely do that. Are you guys planning on going? Trying to go maybe this year? I know a lot of our plans, have gotten rearranged. I have a friend. Earth Day is tomorrow, and I have a friend who was supposed to be in Animal Kingdom tomorrow for Earth Day because Earth Day is his favorite park.
Yeah.
And he was to do a meet and greet with Joe Rohde.
Oh my!
Joe Rohde was to lecture and then do a meet and greet, and not going to get to do that. Maybe they'll reschedule it.
Awful.
Yeah. So so a lot of people have had to reschedule.
Yeah, we have a trip planned in September, and that's when the Not So Scary Halloween party starts. And I mean, we have everything booked except the tickets to the Not So Scary Halloween party. I feel like I wanted to wait a little bit to see what's going to happen. I mean, we don't really know, but we have booked everything: restaurants, Fantasmic. For the first time, we're doing the Fantasmic Mama Melrose show. So we're doing the dessert party. So you're the first to get Fantasmic. We thought with all of us having kids, my best friend Leah and her husband and little girl are going with us. And then our other friends that live down the street, they have a little girl. They're going too. So we thought that would be good to get in and not have to wait in line for anything.
Yeah. Well, that is a great idea, guys, for, with y'all having, all your little ones there and everything. That's probably going to be, and that'll be something new. And William, you'll have to do a lot of videoing and review. Give us a review on that dessert party.
His friend Garrett's never even been to Disney before. Yeah. So we're kind of taking our kids for the first time, but we're excited to see our friend Garrett at Disney for the first time too.
Absolutely.
He's a big Star Wars buff, so looking forward.
He's gonna. My granddaughter Kylie says he's just gonna have a freak out.
He will.
He will have a freak out because it's fantastic. Monarch Moments says, I can't even imagine the sugar being passed around during the Mickey's Not So Scary. We got to go to the Mickey's Christmas party this year, and it was amazing.
Yes, right.
That one of the big things that the kids love, of course, about Mickey's Not So Scary is the fact that they have candy treat stations. Yeah. So when you enter the park, you can take your own treat bag, but they have little treat bags, and then you could go around to each. You can carry as much candy as you can physically carry out of that park with you, and it's the good stuff too. They have all the chocolate. They have the M&Ms, but then they also have, if you don't eat sugar, they have alternative treats too. You can, which is Disney tries to think of everything. Yeah, fantastic. So so they do. But there's a lot of sugar going on. Monarch Moments. There really is. There's a bunch of sugar going on. Yes, he did say Garrett. Garrett is one of William's best friends. So, yeah.
I would think too, with the Not So Scary Halloween party, buy all the merchandise you can, because when you're in there, they have merchandise just for the party that is not out throughout the day. So when we were planning kind of that day out, we went into it's a big top tent merchandise store that is behind the Dumbo rides in Magic Kingdom. We went into there and we were kind of talking with one of the guys about what would be out and available during that time. And they kind of gave us some pointers on like when to buy it, where to buy it, stuff like that. So we each got a shirt. I got a Sanderson Sisters shirt. He got just a Mickey and Minnie one that glows in the dark. But the cool thing about it is that it has the date on it. It has the Nazi Halloween party on it. And I love t-shirts. I mean, you can't go wrong buying a t-shirt. We also bought a lot of collectible pins that were exclusive to the party.
Yeah. Right. I bought the pins too. I did. This was my first solo trip to Walt Disney World, so it was really amazing. But I did the same thing, Jillian. I bought the Spectacular Spirit jersey that was
Spirit jersey
exclusive. It's fantastic. I'll wear it for years. Love to wear it. Bought the pins. So get some of that event exclusive merchandise too. I bought mine at the Emporium.
Yes, and I'm not kidding. Now it'll be different having a kid because he doesn't get a carry-on when we fly.
This is going to be a totally different trip for you guys.
So
you have to adjust your strategy.
What I used to do when we fly is I'm not kidding you, I would take an empty bag as a carry-on, and that's the bag I'd put all my merchandise in. I had my purse and an empty bag, and I didn't even care if my luggage got lost. I had nothing in that bag because I was going to buy stuff there.
Hey, you can replace all your clothes.
Yes. By buying them in the park.
There you go.
So it worked. But I really have done that the past 2 or 3 trips, and it's been great because I've bought collectible things that are breakable, and I didn't want to put them in my suitcase. I put them in my carry-on bag.
So John, are you asking if she's buying merchandise for her friends? Some of it was probably for friends, but some of it was probably for her too, right?
Just a little bit.
I have some friends that are really big Disney freaks that I work with them now currently too. I buy them some small little things here and there. I always buy Leah something, who's one of my good friends. She loves Belle. So I always buy her a little something. So, but for the most part, if I'm going to Disney, especially now that I have a kid, I think it's all going to be for him and for me.
Absolutely. Hey, Joshua wants to know, what about your friends, Will?
What about my friends? Well, I actually got some stuff for my coworkers last time I went. Just a little, got the little test track.
He works for GM.
Yeah, cars.
He works for
Josh, if you want a specific merch from William, this time around, put in your order before they leave.
That's a huge thing too. If you work for GMF or GM in general, we got to do the behind the scenes test track. So you don't wait in line. You go straight up to their headquarters there at Epcot. And it's super cool. We've done it several times, and it's so cool. The first time we did it, they gave you a paper fast pass ticket, which is so cool.
They're rare at Disney World.
Yes, that was really neat. Oh, hey, Desert Dream, thanks so much, guys. I appreciate you. Hey, Desert Dream, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, really good experience having that conference center in the top part of Test Track, being able to spend all the time you want customizing your vehicle.
Yeah.
The pin boards they have in there. The ladies that are working in there are always super sweet as well. And so it's just a great experience, complimentary soft drinks. So it's really neat.
Yeah.
Jeff, Jeff at Desert Dream, we hope you guys are staying safe up there, and I know you're quarantining like we are, but it's good to see you. Yes, that has been a really neat thing that we've been able to do, is that GMF employee perks thing, and I hope that never goes away, because that was really.
I really hope we can hang on to that sponsorship.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So yeah. I guess we could talk forever. Guys, we're going to kind of start wrapping it up here. Again, I wanted to mention that it is Earth Day tomorrow. There are a lot of folks that plan special Disney trips to go to Disney at Earth Day, because especially at Animal Kingdom, they do some fantastic things. They were going to have specifically for tomorrow, they had Joe Rohde was going to do a presentation and then a meet and greet, and you could, sign up for tickets or whatever for that. So hopefully they'll reschedule that. I would, guys, I would, I would absolutely love to meet Joe Rohde.
Yeah.
I would love to meet Joe Rohde. He is the mastermind behind so much of the Disney Imagineering, but primarily Animal Kingdom.
Oh yeah.
Everything you see in Animal Kingdom, all of that amazing theming is Joe Rohde. And so, yeah, he's really amazing. So, but yeah, we have kind of talked. Pardon?
Just thought of something. Speaking of Joe, I think I saw on Disney Food Blog that there's a special ear hat that's going on sale tomorrow, and it's one that Joe designed. And I believe,
really? Oh,
yes.
Really?
I believe one of the ears has the coordinates. I think it has.
Oh, you haven't missed it yet. You haven't missed it yet. Is our dream.
And
We're
so,
almost done.
I think one of the ears has a compass on it that has, I want to say, the coordinates to Mount Everest, and the other has the coordinates to.
Wait. Let me just see if I have this right. An ear hat that's designed by Joe Rohde.
Yes.
Where did you see this?
I just saw it. I want to say I was scrolling through Disney Food, I just saw it on Facebook Food, and I think it was on Disney Food blog.
Food blog.
Okay, we absolutely have to check into this.
Yeah.
This might
pilot's hat. It's got goggles on the front, and then it's got a couple of little flaps that come down.
fantastic. Wow.
And then the ears, I think one ear may have the coordinates to Mount Everest, and then the other, I think, has the coordinates to Animal Kingdom.
Okay, we got to check this out. We absolutely, because I'm going to be chasing this one.
Yeah.
Okay. That's definitely going to be one that I'll chase, guys, because that sounds so neat. Okay, Diz Our Dream. Yeah. Justice, he saw it too. So
one that I would have seen beforehand was I saw this one too while looking, I guess reading up on that one. There was a droid ear hat where one of the ears was R2-D2 and the other ear was BB-8, and then in the middle had like a little bow that had C-3PO on it.
Oh, neat.
I think that bad boy sold out in a hurry.
Sure.
I think it was.
Well, they had like a couple of days ago, they introduced some merchandise. They've been selling what would be park exclusive merchandise on Shop Disney.
Yeah.
Because the parks are closed. They put some of that up. And when they put it up, it's like, there's so many people online trying to get it. And, there have been some complaints because they have only a certain number, and some people get it and some people don't. But yeah, that has been, in the past couple of days, that has really been, I've seen a lot of comments on Instagram and Facebook about, people who were trying to snag some of that park exclusive merch. And so, yeah, definitely, if you're looking for that, they have a lot of pins, guys, for people who are really into the pin trading. They're putting park exclusive merch up on Shop Disney. So take a look. If you can snag something, it would really be, here's your opportunity, because I doubt they'll do that once the parks open back up. Disney is doing a lot of things. We're still quarantined for COVID. Looks like Texas is going to open up pretty soon. And, we definitely, we're going to have to open up, guys. We gotta get back to work and open up the country and what have you. But Disney is offering some really cool things during the quarantine. You can go on the Disneyland app or the Walt Disney World app, and they have special games in there that you can play. You can also go to Disney.com, and they have just lots of they have like coloring sheets, and they have story time. Go to Disney.com and check that out, because especially if you have kids, they even have a number that you can call at bedtime for your child, and your child can choose a character to get a good night message from, which I think is fantastic. And yes, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
That is really
we need to do that for Wyatt too.
Yeah.
That they've got going on. It's they have Draw with Pixar. you can learn to, tutorials on drawing a Disney character. They have the story time with Disney, which I think we've mentioned before, where different people, John Stamos and different ones, read bedtime story books, Disney books, which is really, those are special. If you have kids or if you just love children's books, that's neat. They have Color the Galaxy, which is downloadable color sheets, which is fantastic. They have the Dapper Dans. I totally love the Dapper Dans. I've always loved the Dapper Dans. And they have them from Disneyland, and they're singing different songs, which is really neat. The couple that I saw them do Grim Grinning Ghosts, and There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. So, and they're putting those up. It just puts a smile on your face. So, so don't miss that. Check that out, because there's so many things that Disney is trying to do to, help us get through this and keep some of the magic alive. So
keep checking Disney Plus too, if you have Disney Plus, because we missed the sing-along when it aired. So we went and watched it
our dream.
on Hulu, but they just put it up on Disney Plus today. So I'm sure they're going to keep doing some stuff like that as well.
I'm sure. Yeah. I have been checking back, especially, just before we do the streams, I usually check Disney.com to see. They have Disney news up there, and there's always something new. So, as much as we miss Disney, they miss us too.
I will say too, Will and I love playing Disney Emoji Blitz. And then I actually got him addicted to another app. It's just called Disney Collect by Topps. And it's a trading card game on your phone. So you get points, and then you can open up different packs of cards, and you try to get the whole pack of cards. Again, Disney Collections by Topps. It's a blue app, and it has Mickey Mouse as the main, I guess, emoji guy on it. Icon. It's kind of fun. I mean, we can't get out and go trade cards with the neighbors or anything. And we've only gone to Target and Walmart to get groceries. So if you don't want to venture out, that's a great thing to have on your phone. I've enjoyed looking at all the cards and designs of the cards as well.
Yeah, it's really neat. Disney app wise, we love playing Disney Emoji Blitz. We love that Disney Topps app too. Also, my brother-in-law, Jillian's brother, also got me hooked on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And using that game, I was really intrigued. In Disney Emoji Blitz, they brought the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda into the game.
They did. Great. And so those emojis are there now. That's fantastic.
Yeah. It was really hard to get them. I did end up getting Mando. I wish I'd have got Baby Yoda, but I'm really hoping that for May 4th that they run another. Give us another shot, because I've got to have Baby Yoda.
Well, and I have a Baby Yoda coming in the mail in June from Scentsy. That was it was the pre-order, and they've never done a pre-order before, so they knew it was going to be big. So I found out about it, and I was like, order one, because it's literally the cutest Baby Yoda I have ever seen.
Yes, Monarch Moments. We are the Hitchhiking Bones.
Yeah,
we are the Hitchhiking Bones. And sometimes I accidentally log in as myself. But we are the Hitchhiking Bones. And again, Diz Our Dream and Monarch Moments, we really appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. It's good to see you. And, we appreciate the support, guys. We're just kind of trying to get our channel started, and we're just having fun with it.
Yeah.
We're just tuning in. We appreciate y'all's channels. Guys, go to Diz Our Dream and Monarch Moments, because they both have super Disney channels. If you love Disney content, by all means, check out their channels. Some great people, all family friendly. And, we just, especially now while we're all quarantined, we love to just get together and talk, on each other's channels and it's a lot of fun. This is a great Disney community. It really is. It's a great Disney community. So thanks for checking us out tonight, guys, and come back, and I'll see you on your streams later on.
Yeah, one more note on talking about, let's see. Oh, thanks, Josh. We appreciate the encouragement. Thanks, everybody, for all the encouragement. One last note on Galaxy of Heroes. Cara Dune and Grief Karga are also joining Galaxy of Heroes, the Star Wars app. It's a turn-based game.
Hey.
And
that's neat.
Also, Mando is also joining the game at some point. It's kind of interesting. There's a guy that I follow, his YouTube channel for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Mm-hmm. And the link that he shared said, I think April 30th, maybe, for that Mando would join the game. But then I looked at the same link later, and it said at a later date. So
okay,
I'm not sure which, if maybe they accidentally slid the date in there the first time and then removed it.
Right, yeah. Sometimes they accidentally let things out.
So I'm highly intrigued, looking forward to playing this Mando in that game, and hopefully in Disney Emoji Blitz getting Baby Yoda later on. But they're running a really cute Winnie the Pooh themed Easter event in Disney Emoji Blitz soon. So
okay,
they're all, let's see, it's Piglet and Tigger and Pooh are all wearing cute little outfits, and so they're special for this event. So,
okay, there you go. Yeah, check that out. I am kind of in and out on Emoji Blitz. I kind of get into it, and I love to play, but I'll play for a little bit, but I really need to get with you on that, William, and have you, teach me some of the nuances of Emoji Blitz, because I think it's really something that I could enjoy.
There have also been a lot of updates ever since Jam City took it over, and so the game has kind of changed a bit from whenever we first started playing it. We've been playing it for years. So.
Yeah. Right. Well, we probably should try to wrap this up. We're an hour and a half in, but it's been so much fun, Jillian. Thanks for
thank you.
On.
And later, we posted my Cincy page up at the very top of the live comments. My email address is on my Cincy page. So if you have any questions about products or just about going to Disney, because we're planning a trip too, we can help you. Anything you need, it's on there. I'm kind of sort of working from home right now. So selling Cincy is what I'm trying to do right now.
Yeah. And I will also post your Cincy link in the description.
All right. Thank you.
I'll get that posted in the description. But it's been so much fun, guys. And there's always more to talk about because we always love Disney.
So
do
you think we should have her back on, Mom?
What?
I said, do you think we should have her back on the show?
Well, yeah, I think so.
I have ideas in my head. I didn't even, I had to write down notes, and I was like, I could ramble on for 6 hours. So
well, we could. That's why we started the channel, because we've got so much to say.
I talked 30 minutes just about the monorail.
Just 30 minutes? You could talk about, that's the thing. There's so much and people in the Disney community, like Monarch Moments and Does Our Dream, and John, our friends who have joined us in the chat today, understand the draw of Disney. And again, guys, we appreciate you and this great community, and we hope to add more content. Y'all go to our channel and check out more of our videos and our live streams. We go live every Tuesday night at 9:00 Central Daylight Time, and so join us. You're always welcome.
Quick plug for an upcoming video. My mom has put together, she went on a solo trip to Walt Disney World. So she is putting together a video, 10 reasons to take a solo trip to Walt Disney World. So be on the lookout for that. Also, everybody stay safe. Wash your hands, check on family members who are older and may need some help. Also, your neighbors too during the coronavirus quarantine. Stay connected on social media. Spread some positivity, not negativity. Remember, there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. And also have courage and be kind. Hoping to do some pop-up streams like Mom said. Also, too, thanks in the chat as well for suggesting that we go live more often. So definitely appreciate that. And big thanks to the community and everybody that's watched the chat tonight, and those that will watch after the post too. Also, like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Ring the bell if you don't mind. Helps us out a lot. So
It does.
And remember, it's a small world after all.
Yes,
it is, and it seems like it's been a lot smaller in the last. What have we been in quarantine? Well, we're on day 35, I think, of Disney being closed. We missed Mickey Day 35. I'm counting down on our Instagram page, so check us out on Instagram and Twitter, as William said. We definitely intend to do more streams. Monarch Moments. We go live on Tuesdays at 9:00, Central Daylight Time. So join us again. We appreciate it. Anything else? You have anything else? I think.
And let us know what you think. Feel free to chat with us on our social media pages. If you got any suggestions for things you want to hear about in the future, just let us know. We appreciate all the ideas. Also, we had questions. If you have any questions for Blake or Brinkley, who were on the show last week, or for Jillian for this week, or want that link for her Cincy page, feel free to email us at thehitchhikingbones@gmail.com. Anything else, Jillian or Mom, as we're on our way out?
I would just say if you have any questions or suggestions for things we should talk about in the future, I'm up to it. I'm
Absolutely.
really late anyway, so I may hop on these videos every now and then. So we'd like to know what you guys want to hear. That would be interesting to see what you guys would want to hear about.
Absolutely. We appreciate everybody in the stream. Y'all stay safe out there, and we'll see you downstream.
Yeah.
And have a magical evening.
Yeah. Thanks again, everyone.
And hurry back.
Bye.
Good night, everybody. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye.